Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Zelda fans of all ages, we've got a treat for you tonight. We've got some Zelda 2 Randomizer. We've got a game 3 of 3. Tabby Orange, the 10 seed, versus ta909. This is round 1 of the brackets. I am joined on this lovely journey by RG365 as our tracker, and in the booth with me is Mr. 2U2, Aaron 2U2. Take it away, sir.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction, and welcome everybody to this race. It should be a good one. We had Tabby go 3-2 during the Swiss. TA went 2-3. None of that matters now. It's just this last game coming down to it all. The winner gets to face my co-commentator, the Gob one, in the next round. So I did not see either of the first two races. I can't speak too much of that, except I do know that they both won by forfeit. So the other one did not finish, at least not on stream. And here we go. I believe the timer has ticked through, and we are just about to be underway. Okay, actually, maybe the timer's a little off on here, but that's fine.
Yeah, the timer is a bit off. I'm not sure why we are so far ahead. I imagine it'll sync back up at some point here. But, all right, we should be taking off any second here. There we go.
Alrighty, I was going to say, now I see the timer ticking down on Tabby's screen at least. So his name, if you do not know, is he's Orange Cat. And TA is using an absolutely cursed sprite.
Wow.
I've seen him use this before. I don't know why, but that's a cool. Tabby just walked right into a 100 experience bag. Nice thing in the desert.
That's a bit of a blessing to the seed, right? Just immediately walking into a P bag always feels good. Chat, let us know how the mix sounds. If you feel like anything's too loud or too quiet, or either of us are too loud or too quiet, let us know. We have the ability to adjust, and we will definitely do so.
Yeah, so TAH says that this is Prism Link. I like to think of it as Prison Link, like this is what happened to Link when he got out of prison, and no one asks him about it.
This truly is a cursed sprite. It's hilarious, but also, like, what is... My eyes, man. It does look pretty cool in the dark, though. What does he shoot, though? Just a piece of his own body? A little awkward.
Again, we do not ask Prison Link about what happened.
It's like Prison Mike from The Office.
Yeah, so Tabby found was 150 P-bag. I assume TA did, too. So the levels, if we keep finding those bags, we might not have too much trouble getting a level, but I guess we'll see.
It looks like Tabby found the first town here, and it is Fairy Town, which is always nice to find first, but always a little bit scary. Oh, there's our hint too, Barba with the flute.
Good hint. Did not see what TA found here at the end of the cave, though. Someone wants help with that.
Yeah, likewise, I was mesmerized by that child actually giving out a hint. I call that kid the hintless kid because he literally never, ever gives me a hint, so I was kind of stun-locked. Magic container.
I guess that would be reasonable if I had just looked at the screen. Thank you.
Wait, we're supposed to deduce things from looking at the screen? Uh-oh. We're in trouble.
But yeah, the early fairy should make the seed reasonably smooth. And it's not always like the free thing to break the game open, but it is nice. The problem is it's a little expensive at Magic 1, so unless this is just a complete lock in their starting area and they can't get anywhere without going through Fairy Cave, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal right away.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it, but that's always... When I initially get Fairy for free right away, it's always in the back of my mind, oh boy, are we going to need to grind up our magic levels here?
So I think one of the things I'm supposed to be doing as a commentator is telling everybody what sort of map this is, and I don't actually know yet. I guess it could be like a vanilla-like or a caldera, so there's that. It's not an islands map, I don't think.
Yeah, I think we can rule out islands, but yeah, I don't think we've seen quite enough to... I'm pretty sure it's not mountainous at this point. We would see a lot more narrows, but I think vanilla-like seems pretty bang on. Could be a caldera because we haven't seen the full bottom yet, but yeah. No islands. I heard that's your favorite biome.
Yeah, islands can suck it.
Yes. I used to be like a hater of the mountainous biomes, but I am on your train. I think the islands biomes can get really weird, just based on where everything is.
All right, we got Mito. Mito has, I believe that was life. So maybe you want to get Fairy sooner than later, because that'll get you to downstab. And by get Fairy, I mean get that. You know, this is mountainous after all, so I guess we were both punked.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. This little... Sometimes these vanilla likes are sort of split in half. No, yeah, there's sorry, I cut. You are 100% right. Wow, we got absolutely baited. Of course, I opened my mouth and look what happens.
Seed 1, commentator 0.
Looks like we found the correct side of sorry here, but I missed the spell that was in it.
It is jump, which, you know, I think they'll both get, just because jump early can be pretty helpful. Oh, 500 bag for TA, wow. That's nice.
Yeah, that's a good find this early. Yeah, the more likely you're able to cast jump than fairy. Sometimes some weird stuff can happen and it gets backwards, but even at Magic 2 with 5 bars of magic, I'm certain this jump will be castable, and then they're going to get themselves good old downstab.
That was a really hard exit to get out of there. That I forget what they're called. The stupid Heidi worms that crawl up was right on the left edge. Geldarn, there you go.
Yeah. Those can be really troll depending on where they're placed.
And that one was definitely rough.
Fairy is 117 at Magic 1. And jump is 27, so we should be getting our downstab.
Well, TA Magic 3 now Fairy is castable, so he was, I don't know, I mean the 500 experience bag helped a lot with that, but I think he was chilling around to make sure to try to get 3 before he left this area, because again, downstab it's not the best stab, but it's pretty useful in the beginning part of the game. Sometimes, often actually, not DM, GP is blocked by it.
Absolutely. Looks like we got a hit for crossing the maze. So two not great hints. Tabby trying to farm the small enemy pool here in Medicine Cave to see what's going to drop. I don't think I saw anything of consequence drop at all. There's a key, though.
Perfectly timed commentating.
Yep, of course. Wouldn't have it any other way.
And I think that was East for whatever spell was here again. I forget what was in... Oh, it's Life. Yeah, he forgot too.
It was Life. Yep. Yeah, Tabby, or TA needs to keep his tracker up to date. I'm relying on him. I don't know if I can trust him.
Yeah, well, he'll be okay. I'm sure he'll figure it out. I can see his tracker on screen, and it is very... Actually, there's nothing.
Man, shooting such massive triangles, it's so off-putting. Oh wow, 150 though out of the statue.
Yeah, if he didn't have a couple levels under his belt already, that might be worth digging into a little bit more. But no, we see P-Bag Cave, we saw Grass Tile just on the other side of that. We'll probably see both of those here in a moment.
Yeah, were we able to get to the other side? Okay, so we were able to get to the other side of Saria without having to go through Saria. I was wondering about that. Oh, hello there.
Yes, Bagu is now forever alone.
Yep. Nobody taking Mr. U's wild ride today.
Riverman's going to be heading for unemployment.
Yeah, that guy should be out of a job. Wow! We have a cave to DM, and then immediately a cave to the maze. Hello there.
Good that he checked it, considering how little he's still seen of the East. Well, maybe not little, but he still has a bunch of holes. He could have skipped that, but no, pushed through, and it's good knowledge. Maybe this will be the cross.
Yeah, I don't know if he picked up that hit yet or not, but TA did get boots off of the grass tile, which... don't look like they're going to be particularly useful yet. Oh, it is, of course, the cross. Nice call.
Well, you can't be cross with that find.
Oh boy. Irene would be proud. Alright, I think this is our final cave, right? The Magic Container Cave. I think it's the only one we haven't seen yet. Or maybe we haven't seen Heart Container Cave either. I don't know yet, but we'll Looking like we're going to see all of them here, unless we have a boulder block. Whoa!
So the West is just all money, fairy and boots and glove. So I guess it's time to go beat the game, right?
Wow, yeah. Free and easy, I believe, is what we're supposed to say here. I know the term feast on the East is becoming more popular, but man, West is best sometimes, guys.
It could still be
giving you everything.
Okay, TA just got a hint for the West, so it's not going to be super useful. I didn't see what it was. It might have been the boots. Their hammer, also in the maze, because why not?
Yeah, well, that takes care of any boulder blocks. Gives us access to the rock and DM if we like. There's also a bridge on Maze Island here, too. That's going to be our east access. Although the raft tile could also be... Wow, what is this?
I think he's bailing. I think he knows that he's missed some stuff on the West and wants to go back. Maybe he wants to see what the maze thing is. But it looked like he was heading backwards out of here, which would be good for him because the boots kind of seems like it might be a big deal in the East. It might have been a big deal in the maze, but the maze was pretty generous with the blocks.
Oh man, Tabby's still rocking attack 1 here. Gonna get the kill. Oh no, didn't get any XP for a level. Was probably banking on just at least 70 XP from that guy to give him an attack level, but nope. We're fighting a blue Lizalfos with attack 1, and this could... Oh my god. Never mind. Never mind. Hello, big money.
Nice. And did we see the... No, I think we might have just missed it, but the medicine cave that Tabby was messing around with before had the key. So, the key also in the East, or the West, excuse me.
Of course I roll this kind of a seed when it's not for me. When it's for other people, I roll a gem. But of course there could be... Well, I mean, what's left to troll us, right? Maybe a flute blocked something, and we know where that is, and maybe the kid might be hiding a spell, but...
Yeah, I would say, reflect behind the kid, which is blocked. It's a cave that's actually blocked by the flute, which is in P4. That's probably about the worst I think we can imagine.
Yep. There is a boulder block cave up here.
Is that going to be the other side of the other transport, I think?
Yeah, I think that's the back of Ferry, maybe? Could be wrong, but I think you're right, it is a transport. Is it me, or does that sprite look like it's doing front flips when he jumps and stabs? Like, it looks like a slinky falling over itself. Really, really boggling my mind here.
It does not feel like an inaccurate description of that. I'm trying my best to look around the sprite and not directly at the sprite.
Too much power in one animation.
Yeah, TA picking up jump, maybe biting his lip a little bit there, just think, I did put some effort into getting Magic 3, maybe I could have just got this and not have to deal with that, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, Magic 3, 6 bars. Well, I guess if you get the key, you don't really care about the fairy cost, so... Yep, that Magic 3 could sit there for quite a while, and you might see the runner sort of power level off that, using that as the threshold.
So I think the only question here about the progression to kind of figure out where people are, the fact that TA seems to, it seems like Tabby found the stuff pretty quickly, but that might not be the case. TA is just going straight into Palace. This is P2. That's he's good to go, and attack 2 isn't great, but it's Helmet Head. Nobody dies to Helmet Head.
True. Yep. Nobody in the history of this game has ever died to Helmet Head. That's what I've heard. Yeah, no reason not to do the palaces, right? I mean, do them as you see them. Oh,
and he's out.
Oh my god. Okay, well, I'm just gonna not speak anymore because I am calling it so incorrectly.
Now, it's part of the attraction with the commentary, and he finds this. Again, the water doesn't... The boots doesn't really help here. I don't think there was a river.
It's on the top tile. It does this sometimes in Maze Island where it spawns that river. It should spawn through it on the very top section, and yeah, that makes the boots useless, sadly, but I didn't think it was too difficult to get around. I thought the other item was sort of along the natural progression you would walk here. Let's see what these orange boys are worth. There you go, he's got it now. Just $100.
It's disappointing, but it's not, you know, the 50 reds or something like that, where you're just like, why do you even exist?
Yep, could be a lot worse. And I mean, everybody's going to want to kill those guys at least once just to see what they're worth, right? It's nice to get to know that early. Yeah, there's the river tile, river bank right there. Thanks, game.
I was hoping he'd try to go around just to do it once. Oh, there he goes.
There we go.
Which isn't that bad, actually, because there's the bridge, so it's not a nothing thing. But he's going to miss the... Well, no, he got the cross, and the other item was... No, was it on the way? I think it was on the way.
I believe it was sort of naturally walking this path towards the bridge was the hammer. Yeah, Tracker RG with the Hawkeye saying, yeah, hammer's on the right side here, so...
Well, I guess the worst...
Oh.
Yeah, it might spend a little extra time in here because of that. That's about it.
Yeah, and he's become very proficient at this wall kill. And he's gonna find his money! And I wonder if he's gonna reset this a couple times. Oh, there is an encounter, and he's shaking his head because he knows it's probably not worth it now to reset the encounter. But he's probably gonna check the backside of this one to see if there's a blue in this one. Oh, he is gonna go back, okay.
Nice. We see Tabby getting his glove now, so he is more or less in go too. It's a little bit time consuming, but 500 experience is worth it. And if you can get that attack down, it's not really that bad. I guess the problem is that he can't ferry on the way back because of the cost. So yeah, it was just one more.
Right. Okay, so he's just doing it on the way back. That makes sense. Okay, so he's going to be the first to actually show us the east. There's a good job, the River Devil. I call him Larry. He's putting in work. Look at that. He's hiding his little graveyard.
So I guess there's one thing for us to keep track of too. If there is a New Kasuto forest, I forget if it's just forest block that requires the hammer. The fact that TA didn't get it could be a bit of a time loss, but I don't know if that's a pretty specific thing to worry about.
Oh, I think I spotted a hot pink GP there. I'm kind of excited for that later. Boy, this attack 3, I don't think this is any better than attack 2 at all. I'm pretty sure the blue also took the exact same amount of hits. He's taking like 5 hits to kill these blue spiders. Attack 3 is seeming kind of gross. Well, reflect. Now it's just up to the kid to block thunder.
I think that was the last hint. I think we've seen all 4 now, and that one was the West has a magic container, so... Which we've seen.
Did we get hints for every item we've already had except the flute, I think, right?
Yeah, it's just the flute, which again, might come up. And also, I am required by law, as a commentator law, to mention that the East is a wet canyon biome.
Boot's gonna help here for sure.
Yeah, these things can be really annoying, having to go bridges back and forth or caves, and especially with the East having 4 transports, although one of them's in VOD, so I guess that doesn't really come up, but you know what I mean.
No, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Sometimes you have to crisscross back and forth multiple times across the continents, which just makes it entirely free. Alright, is this Darunia? It's not. Is it Thunder? Do I get to yell at Elendar? It's not. It's Shield Town.
Did we see Nibiru already?
We did not. I don't think we've seen Nibiru. We have seen just New Kasuto and now Old Kasuto here. So 50-50 that the kid is going to get us Thunder.
Alright, Tabby is now diving P2, so we'll see if he makes it further than TA did.
Oh, and there's the second palace on the east, I think so. Or did we see the first one? I don't think we... Oh, we did. Yeah, it was GP. Duh. So both palaces open. It's looking like our potential blocks are running out. Wow. Was that a 1-up? 1-up on the... I missed what was on the water towel, but TA didn't even pick it up, so it must not have been any good.
It had to be a 1-up, because I don't know what else that could be.
Yeah, definitely. Well, then we know where our raft towel goes. Oh! Look what we've got here! No way. I mean, he's probably going to go find it in the maze, but still.
Yeah, it would be one of the first places I would check, although maybe you would just dive palaces hoping to find it first, but, I mean, then you'd be cleaning palaces, so it's not that big of a deal anyway.
Yeah, I think either way is good, right? You just do palaces, and, you know, if you run across it in a palace, great. If not, then, you know, you've already done, what, 2 out of the 4 checks on the east? You just haven't done the caves. And those should be pretty easy to access here with the boots.
No, we haven't seen... Oh, here's Sunken Cave. We haven't seen quite everything yet, but I don't think we're looking at a fairy block here in the east.
It looks like one of Naburu or Druni's going to have spell, which means we didn't. He's not going to check the spell tower, but I think yeah, having an item in the maze with a beatable palace, I think he's definitely just going to go troll around in there and try to find it. So not too worried about the hammer. We don't even know if that's the case anyway. We have seen quite a fair bit of the east, so I would put decent money that that's something under that tile, but we don't quite know yet. Oh, it's trophy on the water. Thank you, RG. So,
yep.
Snubbing the fire spell.
Well, I mean, if he goes back to the west, he might get it. We'll see. If you don't find, like, if you know the kid is blocking something, it might be worth checking. Especially if you also can't find the town and you think it's under the hammer. You know, if you have 2 things to check for 2 things that fire could turn into that are useful, I think that's when it becomes worth checking.
Ooh, and so here is... Oh, we've got the kid. Kid acquired, apparently. Kid acquired on Tabby's side in P2.
Yeah, so when he does go to the east, again, the diving the palaces now feels weird, not seeing the east, but he might not have to come back. That's where the routing could be very useful, but couldn't get through the Guma there.
Yeah, I feel like there can't be a whole lot left of this P2. He's been in here for a solid 5 minutes now and found the item.
I'm trying to think of what palaces were here. We had P2, and there's a 3 and 3 or 6. What was the other palace in the west?
4, so they will have to get reflect and come back to the west at least once from the east.
Okay, that's probably a good reason to keep going then. So,
yep.
Although in his case he isn't terribly leveled, so this might just feel good to do that. You know, P1 and P2 can feel like good palaces to gain a couple of levels in at the beginning. Even though we're like 22 minutes in, so it's not really beginning anymore.
No, I mean 3-3-4 at the 22-minute mark isn't the hottest clip. You probably feel kind of average about it, but yeah, it looks like as long as he doesn't have to up A here, he's potentially looking at a double level. Or you could skip to attack 4. I don't know about these attack levels, honestly. Attack 3, I guess we'll get a good gauge a little bit here on Helmet Head. Yeah, this is not looking the hottest. 2 hits per bar. That's kind of a big yikes.
Did I see P1 inside of VOD? I know that's where TA went.
It looks like it, yep. Yeah, because I saw the pillars that look like P1 and I thought, oh, is he in P4? But no, that's back on the west, so... Hello? Oh, 500 point P-bags from the bosses, hello!
Yeah, there could be some double levels, especially after like Guma and Barba. Maybe even the mid-tier ones.
Yeah, absolutely. I missed how much the actual boss gave him. It looks like probably somewhere in the realm of like 300 or something, but yeah. Definitely makes double leveling a little easier when you know you're getting 500 points off the boss.
Yeah, so he cleared that palace. He's going. And I think he checked the maze already and saw it was P5. So I imagine he's not going to be too hot to go after that. Usually, going after P5 early is not something you want to do, unless you think there's something interesting in there, or you're very confident in your ability to fight Guma.
Yep. Yeah, no reason to fight this right now, especially since we're using Maze Island as pretty much our pass-through location right now. Definitely no issues just leaving that 5 until you want to roll into GP.
But that's where Tabby is going.
Oh, Tabby! He did push for attack 4, it looks like. Actually, he got attack 4 and magic 4. Oh, maybe he doesn't know it. He didn't know it was P5, because yeah, he doesn't seem too pleased that it is P5, and he's backing out of it.
Yeah, that must have been it. So.
He might be mad that he forgot, right? He might have actually, well, no, I can see his tracker, and he didn't have P5 marked, so.
Yeah, he didn't actually check it. It was TA. I got confused.
That's unfortunate. You're probably thinking at this point anything but 5 or 4. I guess we can't do 4 yet on his side, but.
We know nothing's blocking Reflect. I guess what we're going to be looking forward to with with Tabby is what is ultimately behind that forest tile, because TA never did find Nibiru, so which is important, because if he doesn't ever find Nibiru, he's going to find it after this race in the Nibiru Invitational Tournament.
Wow, savage and epic at the same time. Wow. Yeah, ironic that Nibiru could cost them, because yeah, I think it's under there. Based on what we've seen from both runners walking up and down both sides, I'm pretty certain that is where a Thunder Spell lies, so.
Yeah, but it's good it's Thunder and not Reflect, because if it's Reflect, then it's annoying early. Thunder means it's annoying late. The only problem is that if he makes that connection, he might dive palaces that he doesn't need to.
Right, exactly.
But also, at some point, he's going to do P5, and if you're going to do P5, you're just going to check the maze for the other item, right?
Yeah, totally. You're going to go to the freest checks first, which, the maze is the freest one we've got left at this point, other than the water tile and the desert tile for Tabby. Yeah, I was wondering if anyone would go up here. Okay, so there is nothing up there.
Horse head down. TA sees the 500 experience, and he's not even going to flinch. Just get out of here.
Alright, so based on both their trackers, I believe it's 3 or 6 is the other palace in the east here as well, along with GP. This was hot pink GP, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, we're all looking forward to that one.
I'm looking forward to it. Alright, so TA back to the west. He is just going to do all 3 of the palaces here. The question is he going to stick around and dig? Or anything?
I think I've seen a few of his races, and I was in one of them, and I feel like sometimes the map has caused him some pain. Like, I feel like his gameplay has exceeded. Like he's somebody who could advance in this round against just about anyone. I mean, ask Mirai, like, how many times is he beating him?
Yep. I was just about to say.
But sometimes the map is like just the one elusive thing has been causing him some heartburn, and we'll see if that continues. I mean, it's just a small thing right now, but again, if he's wasting time digging palaces when the hammer is just kind of there, that will bleed some time, and it's not as if he has any lead right now over Tabby. I'd say right now they're both kind of just both doing things that they can be doing that the other is going to do.
Yeah, if I had to guess, he's probably just going to Palace and go, or Crystal and go, whatever you want to call it. I don't think he's going to search any palaces unless he knows there's like 1 or 2 rooms left or something, right? If he full clears something by accident. I think he's just going to go and then hope to run across the hammer and sneak to the easiest checks.
Yeah, I would say this is like, if this were Zelda 1 randomizer, he would bail on almost every palace, And
that's exactly why I think he will, because that's how he plays Z1R, right? You just get in, get out, and hope you get stuff along the way. When you don't, then you got to go searching.
Yeah, like especially if he had the flute, or the recorder as it would be in Z1R. So
yeah. Well, I believe he walked the whole east. I'm pretty certain he saw everything, so he knows now that he's found the item here in, what is he in? 3 or 6?
This is 4, and there's
4. Okay. Oh right, there's the Moa. So yeah, I'm pretty certain between what we've seen of both runners, and I think he knows too that Nibiru, his Thunder spell, is under that forest tile. I guess we'll find out right now.
Yeah, I mean, a heart container is technically a womp, and there you go. Thunder is hammer blocked, so we do have something blocked.
But as you and I obviously both run this game, but as a runner, something about that hammer, that forest tile just sitting there in the back of your mind, sometimes it can do crazy things and play tricks on you and make you think, you know what, maybe I should just stick around in this palace, right? Like, maybe it's just here, maybe this is the play, all kinds of weird things get in your head when you have that one outstanding block left.
Yeah, and the reason why, if anyone in chat didn't pick this up, the difference between the two and the reason why Tabby has the hammer and TA doesn't is because TA kept searching the west and found the boots, and so he used the boots to shortcut the maze and missed the hammer, which was on the way, which Tabby didn't have the boots for and had to go through. So it's one of those flukes where, hey, you get the boots before the maze. That's always good, except it wound up not being good in this particular case. But again, it's not actively hurting him yet.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if, I've already said this, but I think he's just going to do the palaces, leave 5 for last, and if he hasn't gotten the hammer by then, just kind of sneak around. He's already done pretty much half of the maze, so sometimes you get a little lost when you have to re-clear the maze, but I don't think it'll be a big issue. He'll just walk around until he finds that last item.
All right, we do have Harder Karok on. That's been on for the entire standard tourney, but I was looking for a while because it didn't look like he only shot one type of beam for like his first 6 beams.
Yeah, that was awkward. He must have been stun locked by the sprite as well, I guess. What is this thing? My palace right now.
Well, he did get the item out of P4, so that is full cleared as well. He probably is going to P2 next, which that item will be... Well, it might be good, it might not be. It might cause him to go get spell and check the spell tower for the hammer, so it might actually slow him down a little bit.
Yeah, looking at his tracker, he's got the item marked off in P2, so they must have gotten a hint, or he might have seen it when he was in there the first time. I can't even recall, actually. Because he did go in for a few rooms, I think, but then bailed.
Yeah, he did go get upstab, so he probably did check the hint. In fact, I said something about being the east, but it probably wasn't that, and I just misread it, and it probably just said helmet head.
So, what are we in right now? What is this Blood Red Palace? Is this P3? Or 36? Or 3 or 6?
3 or 6, and I think, it's going to be 6 because Tabby is in 3.
Yeah,
which was on the east.
Questions answered. Speaking of 3, Tabby finds the boss, and yeah, these bigger palaces, man, they can certainly betray you. Not that I would know, but they can certainly turn you around for a loop and cause you a good 10 minutes of wasted time, depending on how things go. So hopefully it isn't too nasty.
That's a rough death Rebenak there, but I don't know. He didn't come in full resources, so he's probably just shrugging that off.
Yeah, I missed it here. Oh, he's gonna get him too far into the corner here. Yeah, I haven't quite gotten a good gauge on how good or not Attack 4 is yet. I haven't seen anything amazing out of it, so I'm gonna guess it's probably a little bit average.
Yeah, I can never tell.
Rebo has been working out, though, let me tell you what. There we go, got him in the corner. Cheese strat.
Pushed him over there. Yeah, that's the favorite rando strat, it seems to be. And is he? Oh no, he's so close! But neither of these guys are even. They're not. I think they know this is game 3. You're in the standard tourney. You can't waste too much time getting experience.
Yep, these are the stakes, right? I mean, 80 XP. You gotta walk up the elevator, kill something. You know, you could probably do it as fast as 45 seconds, but I mean, 45 seconds could be your tournament exit right now. So the pressure is on, and you can tell.
Do you even rebro?
What?
That sounds rough.
I heard somebody... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I have a Portuguese friend who dropped into my stream once, and I kept saying rebo, and she thought I was saying rabo, which is the Portuguese word for poop.
Well, I mean, that's pretty close. Sometimes rebo is a big pile of you-know-what. We got a original Barba room. We'll be excited when Tabby gets there, because when he finds this way, and if he has jump... Actually, he likes to do the jumpless strat, so I'm going to be kind of excited to see him get to this room. Jumpless jackhammer, that is. Yeah, this is super... Go ahead, sorry.
I was going to say, it's a super useful thing in the vanilla run to be able to do that, because you don't have to worry about your MP. And you can kill him in one go, because you have attack 8. But in the rando, you can't, so it's a little bit more of a...
So what you're saying is vanilla Z2 players are cheaters. This is what I hear from this.
Hey, I mean, rando players could do things specifically to go get attack 8 before they get magic 5 or life 5, but nobody does that for some reason.
Ooh, looks like a nice double level here for TA. And yeah, attack 4 does not seem to be the hottest attack 4 I've ever seen. This is... I don't think this is going to be attack 5. It seems too cheap. It's probably magic 6, but that could be... Well, maybe not. I don't know. I'm never good at guessing the levels based on the cost.
So our gem count is 3-2 in TA's favor, but Tabby is in P1, which will generally melt before players. So I wouldn't be surprised if he catches up here real quick.
Yeah, this P1 I think was a bit long for TA because he went to look for the item, and I can't remember how it was laid out. Oh, going for the P bag. That's brave, but I guess he's using the vanilla strat to get down there really fast, so only $50.
And he lost most of that just getting hit by these guys.
That feels so terrible. You work hard, you have a great dive in to get the bag, and then these guys are like, you know what? Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, I think he wants to get the double level. He knows there's a 500 bag, and he's taken at least one really, like an 80 experience gem. I don't know what the last one was, but I think he wants to make sure he gets it this time.
I think you're right, yeah. Levels are on his mind, because, yeah, he's got... I mean, we got 4 palaces left, and we're only 4-4-5 at 37 minutes, which is, I would say, a little maybe on the lower side. And with only 5 bars of life, right, we're looking at a little bit of a low life seed, although TA has a 6th one, so I'm not sure where he got his.
Oh, that was in P4.
Okay, so maybe Tabby might run across that one as well, too.
Did we see the item in P6? I can't remember. We might not have, because I think he bailed on it.
I think it's the flute. I think we have a hint for Barba flute.
Right.
It's going to be pretty interesting to see when these guys converge, because I can't really tell. I think things are pretty close right now. TA might be slightly ahead. He is ahead in the gem count, but he has to go get that hammer.
Yeah, it's the thing that will cost TA is if he ends up diving palaces for things that he doesn't need. Since we know where that is, that's the big thing. And as long as that's not happening, that flute, or excuse me, the lack of hammer isn't hurting him.
Well, let's hope that kid doesn't bait him into going to get spell from Daruni and going to the spell tower. Yeah, attack 4 only taking 1 bar off of Horsehead. That is not great. So let's see. Oh, could have. I guess no. We couldn't have. We could not have pushed. Well, actually, I think there is a world in which we could have pushed to attack 5, but probably at this point we don't care. We just want to get as many levels as we can. So. Yeah,
generally skipping a double level for just one other thing is not worth it unless you're slingshotting, and that's not what's going to happen there.
Yeah. Unless something's atrocious, like if your attack is so putrid that you really need the next level. I agree with you.
Yeah, I guess attack would be the one time to do it, but I swear half the time I see people do that, it winds up not mattering almost imminently.
Yeah, I feel like I used to be very big into the, pushing through the next levels, and then after a while you realize that you're probably messing up the math half the time anyway, and just taking levels as you get them is going to work out better for you in the long run.
All right, P2 down. Looks like TA is going to push through. I think he thought about DM briefly, but no, I think we might see. Well, he's in the maze. Yeah, he's gonna find the hammer really quick if he keeps pushing through. So much for that.
Yeah, no troll's going to be left here. Here it is right here. Yeah, he's going to be pretty happy to see that it's a hammer. Yeah, he definitely is.
Yeah, he's
got to walk all the way back, though.
There was, nothing here, so it's not that big of a deal. Just, well, it's not a free walk to P5, but it was a free walk to the bridge, at least.
I think he's got to walk all the way to the bottom of the east. I can't remember where the bridge spawned you in. I think it was right near the top, wasn't it? So you got to walk all the way to the bottom. But I guess you got to go to the east to do GP anyway, right? So
yeah,
I don't. One of the palaces was right down there, right? So it might not even be that far the way at all.
Yeah, it would have been 3. So, I mean, if you look at the palaces, TA definitely feels like he's in charge now. Just based off of what's left. 5 can be rough unless there's a bunch of multiple class, though. Tabby's going to do everything that he's doing. TA is in a dead end room, though. I don't think he realizes it yet. Okay, there we go. I just had to show off that I recognized it before he did.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think TA has started to squeak away a lead here, and yeah, I think unless one of the runners gets trolled by P5 here, or Tabby, finds a faster route. That in TA, I think, yeah, at the time the clock is ticking. But I think they're going to be into GP pretty close to each other, which is all you can really ask for in these kind of races.
Yeah, we still got a few things to worry about as far as the dungeons go, but everyone's done everything else except for this P5, so we've already seen it. So at this point, we're just looking for their execution.
Oh, free item in P5 as well. Another heart. All right.
I should rephrase that. We're looking forward to how well they can execute, not looking forward to their execution.
I mean, I can look forward to that too. What the heck? Did you see what Tabby just did? He jumped to turn around, but then turned back at the last second as he was about to get hit by a beam. It was like a fadeaway bounce back.
It's the one thing I actually appreciate about Harder Karok is you can do some cool looking stuff. It's I don't generally like it in Standard, but the fact that you can do cool crap like that is neat.
Yeah, it's the one boss that I don't think there's like a set in stone strategy, right? So it's always fun to see how everybody does it. Barba as well too. There's like kind of 3 or 4, but some people go and do like wacky jump strats, or if you're Mirai, you can one cycle with double hits and crazy stuff like that. So Karak is all over the place. People stand in different spots, people jump up and down and block, and it's fun to watch.
Right, that's our second up and A out of P5, so this one looks to be a little rough. I don't remember how long TA was in 6, but I seem to think it was a left. So if Tabby keeps going this way, and he already bailed.
Yeah, that's a dead end room, so he recognized it right away, which is really good. I call that one descending dead end. The roof slowly starts descending. Caught me for a long, long time. Yeah, I do think TA was in here for a good solid 10 to 12 rooms, though, so I don't think it was particularly free to get to. 5 looks like it's doing 5 things, so...
So unless there's some sort of shortcut through here, or a path that isn't quite so obvious that actually gets to the boss quicker, you might see Tabby do the exact same sort of things when we get in here.
Yeah.
Never know. Sometimes people just decide they're gonna go left instead of right somewhere, and it works out.
Who would ever do that?
Right. This is where we put our hashtag change this room or something. Everyone hates that room because it's a 4-tile jump, and 4-tile jumps are the devil.
I concur. Remove 4-tile jumps, Elendar.
Been working on submitting a lot of rooms for the current room jam the last couple of days, and that, you know, I remember things like that. My goal is to not have anyone try to get my rooms removed.
What do you mean? You have one of the most favorited rooms in all the rando. What are you talking about? Oh.
There is Guma. And a question in chat asking about Mirai Slamu Game 2. I believe their goal was to, if at possible, have the second one restreamed, but not the first. I have no idea, though. So, I don't know if we've gotten that far with the scheduling.
Yeah, Game 1 actually started 15 minutes ago. That one's not going to get a restream anywhere just because we're packed tonight. Game 2 is TBD. I'm not trying to, like, promote myself here or anything, but if we don't get it on this channel, I definitely want to do it on my own channel. Just because it's going to be Game 2, and, I mean, I'd love to get Game 1 in as well, because it's a round 2 matchup, but sometimes it is what it is, so it'll be somewhere.
It might not be anywhere, because apparently there's been a delay in getting the first one started, and might not get started at all.
Uh-oh.
They are scheduling well in advance. This is a round 2 matchup. But, alright, we're going to get Guma and Barba going at the same time.
Oh, is Tabby going to do it? Here it comes. Yeah, he is! Let's go! Look at this man go! I love when he does that.
Barba's hit points are just evaporating.
That looks so cool. I've tried it so many times myself, and I just can't quite get the timing down.
But TA does get through with Guma there, so all he's got left is P3 and Rebo. But this will bring them both with 1 palace left, so it's P3 versus P5. Although
yeah.
TA does have to do like 1 extra thing, but it's like 1 minute maybe.
Yeah, this is going to be close. I do think TA will probably get into 2... Oh, no, well that doesn't help, hitting those random encounters. He will be the first in the GP, I'm gonna guess. But, I don't think Tabby will be too far behind, and so, you know what that means. Strap in, kids, because we got ourselves a race.
I'll TA a little bit closer for that, too. Tabby has to actually put some effort into getting to P5.
That's true, yeah, this walk is, this walk is not free by any means. Yeah, so that's 3 right there. So yeah, this walk was not that far out of the way at all. It's like 1 extra screen, so I thought it would, you know, cost him more time overall. The relief on his face when he sees us in the brewery. He's like, dear Lord, please let this be the town.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta hope that the game doesn't hate you too much, and the things make sense. And I would say that's about a 50-50 proposition.
I was gonna say, this game is very good at making you question your life choices. When you walk across or go to somewhere where you're, based on the logic, you're like, I'm certain this item has to be here. And then you find a heart container and you're just like, huh? What?
Tabby missing the fairy feet then. Again, it's one of those things, like if you only do 100% all keys in the vanilla runs, you don't get that because that's banned, because the rule set for that is a meme. But that's an Eon thing. Eon always said that 100% all keys is a meme run. But if you've done some of the other ones, you have to do that a lot more, and that it always feels bad when it comes down to crunch time to screw that up in the rando or in anything.
Yeah, in that situation, I usually end up chickening out and just doing it normally, because I'm just too worried about the lost time or the lost magic, which might cause a lost life if you have to take a dip, etc. It's just, no, just go. Just get in the other end and go.
So it felt to me like Tabby was in P3 for a bit. We'll see if TA is able to get through quicker or not.
Yeah, I don't recall the routing in P3. I think we were watching TA at the time, but yeah, it didn't seem too convoluted. But I think it might have been just hold right for quite a few rooms. So Tabby, look, if I recall, he needs to go left at the top of the elevator he just went down. I think he's doing he's doing exactly what TA did. You go right, it's a dead end. You go left, you find this elevator. You go down and right. It either loops, or I think it just might even dead end. So then you go back and then you go down and left, or do you go up and left? And I think TA stayed up and left, and that led him to the boss eventually.
Yeah, I think that left that TA just abandoned is the way to Revo. So we'll probably see him go back. At least I seem to remember Tabby having to go back to it.
Well, regardless, we're looking at a easy sub-hour entrance to GP. And sub-hour is definitely on the table here. I don't want to jinx the runners or anything, but this is about as free as a seed as one can really roll. The hammer was really the only thing, and it was right there on the maze for you to grab anyway, so.
Yeah, and honestly, the way that TA did the palaces, I don't think he lost more than a second. Or, like everything he went for item-wise wasn't bad. And yeah, here we go. Revo time.
Yeah, his routing was actually really clean when you think about it, right? He did the, I don't want to say the logical thing, but he did the standard thing where you clear all the west, leave the last palaces on the east. It worked out great because 3 was right next to Naboo that he had to get Thunder from. And he's going to be in GP.
So I want to appreciate, I want to appreciate TA there for the double hit on Rebo. Didn't just stick him in the corner, just went after him, and I love it because I'm not very good at double hits, but Rebo is the one that I tried on the most, the one I can actually hit it.
Yeah, I can't hit double hits on Rebo still. All right, so Tabby picking the correct way. Ooh, not quite. Here's this bubblegum pink. 667, pretty standard levels. We're gonna up A, meaning barrier up at 5220, we'll call it.
So if GP is bubblegum, then that means that it's gonna take you a while to chew through it, but you really don't want to swallow it.
Yep, I like it. I like it. I mean, this is where I have the theory that the nicer the color of the GP, the tougher it is. And I did call it a hot pink, and to me that's a nice color. And the first room that we see is a waffle room full of goodness.
And didn't hit it right the first try, and once that happens, everything just seems like it's going to fall apart there. But
yeah,
there we go. Try again. Not might be time lost.
I think we're gonna go left here. I think is the play. I think he said, you know what, down on the left doesn't look nice to me. We're going this way. This room can be pretty fun too. Yeah. Sometimes you get the bots who like to bait you, the fake out bot. No spicy chickens that are still standing.
Yeah, he came really close to respawning the Blue Knight from how far he went back, but I think he's got some experience with this, and he knew how far he could go.
Yep. This is a dead end.
Okay, we were just talking about. So we were just talking about experience, and then the dead end room seemed to be getting him a little bit, and it's not a lot, but it's a couple that he's at least not recognized immediately, and probably a bit frustrating.
Yeah, that one's a tough one. I even sometimes still walk out into the middle of that one, just like TA did, and like, is this a dead end?
Although this might also be why it's frustrating, because now he has to go through here.
Yeah.
Oh, the fire right on top, man.
Man. Yeah, this sucks because if you don't hit that jump like immediately and then jump right after. Okay, he's got one broken. He can be there. We go. Okay, that's not too bad. Only two, just over 2 bars of life. Honestly, that's pretty good for how much he got bodied.
And Tabby just took out Guma, so he's probably 30-40 seconds away from GP.
I love the lag is so disgusting.
You know, as annoying as it is to have that lag, it's actually decent of the developers that that happens in kind of a very orderly way. Like the game doesn't completely lock down, but it goes at just a very specific speed.
Yeah. Sometimes it's actually useful, right? If you get into these rooms with all kinds of things to dodge, you sort of get like a Matrix effect where you get to see things in slow motion and you can plan out what you want to jump over or what you want to block faster than you can if you have to deal with it in real time.
All right, Tabby now in GP. He's about 4 rooms behind, unless he decides to go to that immediate left at the start.
He is exactly 3 minutes behind. Yep, exactly 3 minutes.
I tell you what, this this is a rough start. You really, not even seeing T-Bird yet, and you're looking at losing a life, and that always just feels bad, because then if you get the T-Bird and you have no resources when you're done and you're on your last life, you're very tempted to just up A. These sorts of decisions can come into play.
Well, and on the resource note, we do have to note that Tabby has 1 less life container, a heart container, but 1 more magic container, and I didn't catch the cost of thunder. TA's actually switched around. He's got 1 more heart container and 1 less magic container. See if that comes into play at all.
And TA took the death. He got in there. He almost burst the block underneath him and got really close there. So I think there's a bit of a sigh of relief on his end to get through that screen. Because if he died a second time, we might have seen just well, I don't know. Honestly, the beginning of this palace is so rough that... oh, no. Yeah. Tabby uses thunder, and it kills nothing.
Wow. And he's still having to stab. He's got... Oh, you know what? Tabby's got attack 5. And TA has attack 6. And I don't know... I don't think we've seen them with it long enough to know the difference here, but... He thundered and still took like 7 stabs on that. Look at these rooms! One day I will convert everybody. It's not 100% hit rate, but I'm going to give it 90% of the time when GP has a cool color. It is just foul. 6 is greater than 5, but the way the randomized levels work, they could essentially just be the same attack level.
Yeah, I guess you could say when GP comes Pepto flavored, you know that you're going to get sick.
Yeah, we're in for some indigestion. Holy.
So yeah, drop room. Yeah, I guess you have to, right? Because it's a dead end on the other side.
Yeah, it's not the drop room we saw the dead end on from the other side. Here it is, though.
It just dropped
into itself. No, that's the same room that you drop into the same room. What the hell?
That's amazing.
Right, well,
I love it.
This has been super linear, right? We haven't seen a junction yet at all.
No, and
that is... What one was a dead end?
Okay, I don't think he realizes the difference here. But yeah, that's good, but bad. It's bad in that if you game over, there's no shortcuts. So staying, like, sometimes you can be a little bit loose with magic costs and stuff like that. Not so much here. Do you see? Okay, Tabby is he might survive this room, so he might actually be ahead in quotes by the living aspect of this, the resources. But I don't know.
Interesting that TA went to. He was farming the small enemies. I'm not sure if he was farming it for. Oh, Tabby, this is so bait. Oh. Okay, he's gonna make it.
He's still gonna get hit.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't have enough magic to do anything anyway.
I totally forget what I was gonna say.
And hey, a split path. I think there's a. Is there 50-50 in that head over there? I can't remember.
I do not know.
No one ever checks it because you'd have to cast jump, and you would just rather skip that room, I think.
Oh my god, is this an elevator room into an elevator room? Man, how many blue birds have we seen so far? Well, I definitely jinxed them, and I'm gonna apologize in advance.
Never apologize.
This is,
Okay, maybe apologize.
Okay, the chat's saying it maybe looped into itself. Alright, here's the, Twin Peaks. I have a different name for this room that I think a lot of runners use as well, but we're not going to say that on this channel. But I think you guys might get the picture. I wonder what Tabby... Oh, right. I wonder what TA is farming these small enemies for. I wonder if there are 1-ups? Or, like, what else could he be farming for, right? You've got any key. He's got full magic.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing 1-ups on anything. So
Me either, yeah. Here we go. Just go down and left at the elevator. So I think, yeah, Chad said it somehow looped. I don't think that elevator can loop in it on self, but down and left at the first elevator, I believe, is the way.
All right. So, you know, as long as he goes into TA's pathing, he's going to be where he is reasonably short. And Tappy, again, is ahead in resources, but if TA wins this and Dark Link is nearby, it's not going to matter.
Yeah, I was going to say, Tabby really needs there to be... Oh! Tabby needs there to be... It does, yeah! You go right and down, and it loops into itself, so down and left is the only way to go. This has been so linear. Oh, no, that was a game over.
Yeah, it's not just that he game overed, it's that he didn't kill T-Bird, and this palace has been so magic intensive that it just feels like it's the sort of thing you have to do. So, like, you can't have that happen. I don't know. I mean, we'll see if that matters. But again, Tabby is in the pole position now, and he's still got a life to give.
Yeah, and he's only, I want to say, 2 rooms away. But if he does take fire from... If he gets a fire hit from one of these guys, it is gonna... And I think he might have just cost himself with Undercast.
Yeah, that was a very unfortunate shield, but I don't think we got jars from these guys either, do we? Like, he couldn't grind them for...
Blue jars. I did see TA get a blue jar from one of them.
Well, now
so
it really doesn't...
back down, but...
Yeah, now it really wouldn't matter, because you're not going to get 2 levels off of those guys with half of a bar before screwing up something.
Nope, so... Here we go, Tabby in the situation. Although he's starting with full resources, I think TA had less life when he started his. And I wonder if the extra magic bar is going to let him cast Reflect as well? Yeah, he could if he wanted to. But he's going to hold on to it. And he has attack 5 versus attack 6. So we'll see how long this might take.
This is the nerves set in. I'm getting nervous, and I'm not even in the race.
I know. I was gonna say I'm clenching here, and I'm not even in this race, but I do play the winner. But this is wow. At least it's very entertaining for us. Yeah, this attack 5 is definitely nowhere near the attack 6 levels that TA was. He took off 3 bars in about 4 hits, I want to say.
He's got him into I don't know what we call this, the second phase, the fire vomit mode.
Mm-hmm. Oh jeez.
And he chose no shield, no reflect. Oh no, I guess he did cast shield.
He did shield, yeah. He didn't. Yeah, I kind of understand the saving reflect. I think that might give him one fairy cast. And right, the worst thing you want to see is you kill T-Bird and then there's a fairy block right after. But I mean, you've got to kill T-Bird. He might do it one more hit, I'm pretty certain. But he will die to a fireball, but he gets it.
Nice.
Wow.
There's your clincher right there, or maybe clincher. That's not what I meant. That's clutch. That's the word.
This could easily be Dark Link as well. Nope, we've got more Palace and a Junction. Hello.
TA really wants to leave the computer right now. This is he can't get past this first room again. It's just completely cratering him. And honestly, if he gets through it, TA has to survive with what he has. Is he going to get the lucky fairy? No.
Nope, no fairy. I mean, we could cast jump and try to get a jar out of that bird, but gonna go back down and take the right. So we've got a junction up top and we've got a junction down here. 3 different ways to go.
There's that fairy.
There's the magic. Yeah, there's the save. This might have a jar. Or oh no. Okay, this is another one of these.
Yeah, not the same. We know that because gosh, that one fireball was so close.
Wow. Yeah. Wow, man. There it is. Wow.
Here we go. No magic for shield though. He has to get through this. He might be able to take 1 hit, but I'm not sure.
I think he will die to 1 hit. I think. It could be 2, but he's got to have a clean... But he's a vanilla player! He does this fight all the time!
As a vanilla player, that doesn't always mean anything, but for him, there it is.
Perfect Dark Link. Incredible. And Tabby Orange will take the victory. GG's. Get him in the chat, guys. That was... Wow. It was a bit, I don't want to say dull in the middle, but the runners just had to get to the finish line. But man, that GP was a test of skill. And Tabby takes it home. He'll move on to the second round to face yours truly. I'm not scared. You're scared.
I'm scared. That's true.
I am scared, actually.
We did not see a forfeit from TA. However, he has closed down his stream. So that's probably what that means. He's pretty quick to shut off his stream anyway when he's racing, but I think that is essentially a forfeit from him. We'll have to see if he drops back into the race chat.
Yeah, I don't blame him at all. I would be feeling the same way. I just would be so done after seeing that GP and having to try to get through that first room so many times.
Yeah, and it's not even just that. It's that you got to T-Bird and you just needed to not take that 1 extra hit, and he might have been able to clear it because, I mean, Tabby didn't see much of anything after there. I don't think he got touched, even though he did have to make a couple of decisions. It was just he was able to get through, and TA might have been able to do the same.
Yeah, we'll see if we get either runner into the waiting room. Okay, there's the forfeit from TA. I thought I changed it to... hold on a second. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties on my end. I thought I changed it to the interview scene.
I see it.
There's Tabby. All right, let's drag Tabby on in here. Joined by the winner of What a Race. Winner of Game 3, moving on, Tabby Orange GG.
Thanks. I can't believe that Dark Link was there. Like, I got so lucky that it was in that just first bottom right after T-Bird, because I had like nothing left and I wasn't sure I was gonna like make it through.
Yeah, you bailed on that double elevator, triple elevator, right? And that was definitely the play.
Yeah, because like, you know, I never know how close TA is, but I always expect him to be right there.
Well, I will say he beat you into GP by 3 minutes, made it to T-Bird on his last life, and game overed. Probably with T-Bird at, I think, just under half health. And you managed to make it there with an extra health in the bag. And that allowed you to take it.
Yeah, and I thought, like, if it were a jet seed, I thought TA would have the advantage, and I might have more of an advantage if it were, like, kind of like a slog seed, and it was a jet seed, so I was definitely worried.
Yeah, he was absolutely cruising. Got a little turned around in 5, but I think you did as well. So.
Oh yeah,
I mean, you guys did this essentially the same thing, just in totally different orders. You guys were nowhere near each other, essentially from like minute 7, I want to say. So, but you did converge back in within 3 minutes, and yeah, wow. How do you feel about that GP, by the way?
I mean, that was rough. Like a bunch of those kind of like waffle rooms with like, I think there were at least 3 waffle rooms that had like 3 or 4 like bird knights shooting everywhere. So yeah,
I'm gonna say that's like a top 3 worst GP I've seen in this tournament so far. It was pretty gross, and it was totally linear to Thunderbird, right? Like you had the one elevator, but it looped around, so it was completely
like
linear.
There was that first elevator had 2 lefts. The first left was like a dead end after 2 rooms. And then everything else kind of like, and then there was that like, the elevator with the blocks like looped around to itself within one room, and then everything else was linear until after T-Bird. I mean, there was junctions there, and I figured there could have been another like 20 rooms or so after there.
I was literally just going to say, based on like, it felt like a lot of rooms, but really it was a lot of hard rooms. There could have easily been 10 more rooms up that elevator. So coming back down was absolutely the big brain play.
Yeah, I mean, it was all linear, right, as you said, so it was hard, and it was, I don't know, maybe 12 to 15 rooms to T-Bird, so that still leaves, like, another up to, like, whatever the calculation is, right? Like,
it's like up to 42, I think, so
yeah,
it could have been
exactly, so there could have been a lot back there, too.
Yeah, the GG Tabby, and how happy were you to see the ferry in GP in that one block room with the bubble?
Block room with the bubble. Oh yes, I mean that was early, so I wasn't even like, that was only a couple rooms in. I mean, but yeah, I needed like another one of those like later, but because there was that first room had a ferry. Got to save those for later.
Yeah, it's funny that they put it right at the front. But I was just thinking about the pathing through GP, and I think what might have got you this race was just that you got to that ferry without losing a life. I think it was the room before it where it has the elevator that you have to go kind of just around to go through, and the 2 orange knights. TA was basically in the same condition as you getting into that room, and got killed by one of them. And
with the blocks over lava, that room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that you got through that and got to the ferry meant you had an extra life, going into the end, and he did not. So he had to fight T-Bird with basically no health.
And I don't know if TA skipped upstab. Like, I don't usually skip up. Like, upstab is so helpful on those guys. Like, you're gonna get wrecked by those guys. Okay, because I know he's more of a skip things guy than me. I'm pretty much gonna grab anything if it could be useful.
Yeah, I
do want to call up. Sorry, go ahead, Aaron. Yeah, no, go ahead.
I just said I'm pretty sure he got it.
Yeah, I think he got it as well. I do have to call out your Darkling fight. Vanilla skills coming in handy there. Perfect Darklink. I think you would have were one shot, I think.
What was I? Life 7. Yeah, I didn't have enough to cast shield. Yeah, probably.
I think you had like almost exactly 1 bar of health. Might have been like just below. So I thought you were one-shot territory.
And again, I was lucky that it came in from the right and it wasn't an elevator Dark Link, because when it comes in from the right, it is the vanilla fight, that I've done whatever hundreds of times. And
Nice.
it's when it's in the elevator, it's not. It throws him off. It takes a little bit before it gets to the vanilla fight. So, and he can like jump on you. And so I was like, all right, just take it easy, because if you get like out of rhythm, then he'll jump on you, even in the vanilla fight. So I was like, all right, take it easy, just do it normally.
It was a pretty clutch
I did
finish,
not want
man.
a game over there.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say. You guys just did the same things, just in different orders, and it was a wildly fun GP to watch. I'm sure it was a wildly terrible GP to play, but you pulled it out, man, and you're facing yours truly next round. Dude, you're playing really well right now. I am not thrilled that you won this race. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No. Well, even if I didn't win, you would have had to face TA. So.
Hey, Matt. I mean, you took him out, so.
Yeah, no, I'm really happy to move on, and I still feel like I'm on like the big part of the learning curve. So I feel really good about like how I've been playing and playing a lot better, even like than I was a few weeks ago, the first rounds of Swiss. So
I totally agree, man. Yeah, your trajectory is totally upwards. Awesome.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you, Gob and Aaron for comms, and ZSR for having us on.
Absolutely. Aaron, any final questions for Mr. Orange before we let him go?
Yeah, what do you think about your opponent for next? I'm just kidding. But
Go ahead,
GG.
it's fine. You can answer.
No, like everyone's good in these at this point, so it'll be tough. If I play well, I have a chance to win. If I don't play well, there's probably not a good chance to win. So
Fair enough. Oh yeah, and one last thing that our tracker, thanks you, Mr. RG365, pointed out. I was talking about how you did not cast Reflect, and you saved magic for T-Bird. You had enough to cast it, but
Yes.
if you had cast Reflect, you would not have been able to ferry over that spicy chicken to get to Dark Link,
yes,
which could have made things very interesting. So we got to call out that nice play as well.
yeah. Maybe I wouldn't have got hit so many times in the T-Bird fight. So
That's
yeah.
true. That's true.
I thought about casting Reflect, and I'm like, I'm on my last life. Let me really try to kind of save just a little bit, because as he said, I knew there could have been a lot of GP left. It's like if I had done 30 rooms, maybe I would have cast Reflect, thinking that Darkling's got to be like the next room.
Yeah, for sure. No, awesome. All right, well, thanks for the awesome game. It was a fun watch. We are going to send you guys off to the Zelda Speedruns main channel. It looks like they have semifinals of the ALTTPR Challenge Cup. So we'll get you guys off to them. And yeah, I don't think I have anything else. Any final thoughts from either of you guys before we send these fine folks over to ZSR main?
No, I'm good. Thanks again, everyone. Thank you, Tabby, for putting on a great race. It was great to watch.
All right, with that, I will send you guys to the end screen. Stay tuned. There may be a race on this channel. If not, you can come into the Discord, z2r.gg/Discord. We'll get you in, and you can keep track of the races. There's channels to watch. There's spreadsheets to find, links all over the place, so you can see where the things are going to be run on what channels and not. But yeah, we're getting into the meaty part of the tournament now, so it's super exciting. With that being said, we will see you guys when we see you again. Take care.
Thank you.